Hi there. So today is the start of Gemini season. We've moved out of Taurus and into Gemini, which means we're moving out of the methodical, sort of more slower pace, more foundational, creating, structure, forming energy into an energy of action and communication. That's what Gemini rules. So all of a sudden, our lives are going to get a whole lot busier. So May was always destined to be a very busy month, but as each month of the calendar is actually divided into two different signs of the zodiac, we've had the busyness of Taurus at the beginning, and now we're going to have the busyness of Gemini at the end of it. So, hold on to your socks. It's going to be a busy one. So once we've got the sun in Gemini, it's like full steam ahead. It's like we get switched on, the go button gets pushed, and it's onto action and doing things, getting things done, and putting ourselves out there. So what will happen, because we've got so much energy going on at the moment, which is all to do with new opportunities, new chances to evolve, new chances to do new things, new chances to meet new people. It's a really important time on the earth plane for change. And for many, many people, change is something they like to run a mile from. If it's different, if it's changed, then I need to be fearful of it because I don't know how it's going to turn out. So the beauty of Gemini energy is that it doesn't actually fear change. It loves change. And so during this month, we all get to embrace change and feel a little bit more confident about it, a little bit more sure of ourselves, no matter what we're moving into. So always the challenge of Gemini is that it loves to investigate everything. It loves to explore. It loves variety. It loves stimulation, and it gets bored very, very quickly. And so what will probably happen for us all this month is getting presented with too many opportunities, too many different things we could be doing or involving ourselves in. And so the energy of Gemini will want to do them all. It wants to do everything all the time, all at once. It just wants it all. But, we've got to look at this logically and realize you can't do everything all at once. And if you do, and if you can, you're not going to do all those things well. So this is where we've got to really look at whether do you choose variety and stimulation over working hard and actually achieving something. Because that's the danger of the challenge of Gemini energy, is that you get so involved in doing so many different things that you never complete any of them, or you never do any of them to the best of your ability. And this is what we're all here to do, is to develop ourselves and then share what we know and what we do best. So if we're going to share it, it's better if you're an expert in that area, if you really know what you're doing before you go about that sharing process. So, the jack of all trades and the master of none is the absolute saying that really covers most Geminis. They're so individualistic, but at the same time, so scattered. And it's really important during this time to look at those opportunities, but really be discerning. Which ones can you actually complete? Which ones do you have the tenacity to continue with? Which ones are going to be in your best interest to follow? And which ones are actually things that you want to do? Because there'll be all sorts of things. There might be, I've always thought about doing that, or always want to do that, or such and such I know is doing that, so maybe I should jump on the bandwagon and do that as well. So, although all these opportunities will be coming your way, give yourself some time to think about them before you jump in and grab everything that's coming. I mean, that will be the pull, that you will really very much want to do that, but you've got to ask yourself, can I do all these things? Can I juggle this many balls at the same time and come out winning? Because the chances are, if there's too many balls, you're going to lose one or two. And you don't need to put yourself in that situation if it's not necessary. And the other really powerful thing that's going to happen at the time of the sun moving into Gemini is that Mars will be conjuncting the North Node. Now, conjunctions seem to be the name of the game this year because we don't have a lot of planets changing signs, or none of the big outer planets changing signs, because a lot of them only change signs every 3 years, every 15 years. And so when they all do, they do that at different times. It doesn't all happen simultaneously. So with Mars conjuncting the North Node in Aries, the North Node in Aries is all about new opportunities and looking to where you can do things that you haven't done before, where you can stand on your own 2 feet, or where you can step into leadership to actually get things done. So what's going to happen with Mars amplifying that energy? So when we have Mars in Aries conjuncting the North Node in Aries, the North Node in Aries is bringing the opportunities. The Mars in Aries is bringing absolute determination that whatever you set your mind to, you will make sure that you achieve. And you won't care how you get there. It's just like full speed ahead, head down, bum up, and full speed ahead. And so there's a lot of self-determination, an incredible amount of self-determination, which is a very, very useful energy for us if we really want to get something off the ground and really want to get something happening. But we always have to question, what's your intent? And is this thing the thing you really want to put all your energy into at this time. So, for instance, you might be in a situation where somebody has wronged you and you're upset about that, and you might intent on revenge or intent on making sure that something happens to make up for this in some way. So you need to question that. Is that something that your ego is directing you towards because you're feeling hard done by? Or is it actually something that if you do, you will achieve something through doing? Because we're not just here to get revenge on people. We're not just here to get our own way and have everything that we want. We can have all of that, but there's got to be a good intention behind it. You can't just want everything and have everything because that's what you want. It's got to be more than that. There's got to be a more intention. I want this so that I can develop this so I can share it. I want this so I can be a better person. I want this so that I can develop my skills further. Not I just want this so I can be rich. That's not what we're here. I mean, making money is a byproduct of doing the right thing. So if you're on the right track and you're doing the right thing, the money will always come in your direction. So what this conjunction is going to very much tell us at this time is that you've got this, you can do this, but you've got to give yourself time to process it and decide whether this is really what you want to do or really good for you. And of course, all of this Gemini energy, as well as that Aryan energy, they're both about taking action. So it could be quite hard to put your foot on the brake and slow down a little bit, but that would be my advice to you is, the opportunities that come your way, the action that is needed to take those, give yourself some time to think about, do I have the energy for this? Can I honor it and do it to the best of my ability? Or am I just going to be dabbling and not really being successful and just doing it because I need to get back at somebody? Or, you've got to really question your motives, question your intention, and question your abilities at this time. But apart from that, now that the sun's in Gemini, it's a kind of a fun season too, because Gemini is a very entertaining, very light energy. It loves to communicate. It loves to have fun. It loves to try new things. So don't be afraid to try new things this month, but just be aware of not spreading yourself too thin. So have a great month, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.